So this is going to be a shorter video. I'm going to talk about the final games of Sunday. We have the final 4 o'clock games. Obviously, we have the Cowboys, Patriots, Niners, Cardinals, and we have the Chargers and Raiders. So, first game we'll talk about is Chargers and Raiders. Raiders were at LA and lost to the Chargers 24-17. I predicted the Chargers to win. This is a big win for the Chargers, especially without the guys that they didn't have. I mean, Herbert was injured. You had no Joey Bosa, Austin Eckler, Derwin James. The defense was shot a little bit, but they really stepped up today. Raiders were without Devontae Adams. Really, he came back. Aiden O'Connell wasn't the worst. He wasn't great statistically, and I mean, he really wasn't good. But he didn't have a lot he could do. There wasn't a lot of time. Khalil Mack, also, shout out to him. He's the sixth player in the NFL, sixth player in history to have a 6-sack game. That's awesome for him. He really stepped up today when the defense needed him to. The offense for the Chargers was good in a whole. They started choking at the end. Brandon Staley beat Brandon Staley, obviously. So, good game there. That was one of the better of the games that we had in the final window. Cowboys and Patriots was abysmal. The Cowboys won 31-3, and the Patriots just didn't look good from the start. Mac Jones, this really could be his last chance. I mean, he looked awful. I know Bill Belichick came out and said that he had to take him out, and they brought in Bailey Zappi. And then it was confirmed right after that he said he's still going to be the starter. But this is terrible, man. 31-3. They didn't even compete. Like, they looked bad. The offense didn't really do anything. The defense was not great either. Just seeing one mistake set the tone for this game, and they just did not look good. I mean, Mac Jones might need to go, man. Like, at this point, that's just a disappointment to get to see this every single year, and they get back to the same spot every year, and it's just back and back. And it's just not fun to watch right now. And then the final game of the late window, that's not the Sunday night game. So in the 4 o'clock hour of the games that we had, the final game, Niners-Cardinals. Cardinals kept it competitive for a little bit, and then the Niners just destroyed them. Chris McCaffrey had 4 touchdowns. Brock Purdy looked a lot more controlled. Ayuk was making some big catches when he needed to. I think the Cardinals played well, were overly competitive for a little bit, and then just could not get anything going in the second half. Their offense just could not get that big score to win the game. So you do got to shout out. You got to give credit to where credit was due with the Cardinals. They kept it competitive for like 5 minutes. And then the Niners just decided, you know what, now let's play like we really are. And after today, there's one remaining undefeated team. There's 2, the Eagles and the Niners. And I think the Niners played the best of the teams today. I mean, they did what they were supposed to beat the team that they're supposed to beat. They killed them. Defensively, just Joshua Dobbs had really no time in the second half. And that's just what happens in football, unfortunately. So, good way to end. So really, the 4 o'clock slate, besides like one game, was just not great, to be honest with you. And I thought the Cowboys and Patriots would be a little more competitive. I actually thought the Patriots could pull an upset out, but man, was I wrong. I doubted the Cowboys, and I want to apologize to them. They played a lot better than they showed. Michael Parsons came back with a scare, so you hope he's all right. But man, the final game of Sunday, the Sunday night game, and I'm going to have a rant of rants. Taylor Swift obviously was at the game today. Aaron Rodgers came back at the game, and I'll talk about Aaron Rodgers at the end of the video because we do have an update on that situation. But I'll give you the update when I'm done talking about the Chiefs. However, Kansas City, you looked like ass. Patrick Mahomes played like dog shit. The defense for the Chiefs was non-existent. The offense was nowhere to be seen. They were abysmal. And not to say maybe it was a Taylor Swift thing, maybe Aaron Rodgers had something to do with it, whatever the case may be, you can argue it. The Chiefs looked terrible, had a lucky win, and they're lucky they won this game. Because, man, if they lost this game, it would have been a lot worse. But no, Kansas City, that was pathetic. Now, that's not as bad as losing the Lions, who are actually a good team. And then Mahomes has struggled lately. I don't know if it's his ankle injury. I don't know what it is. He just doesn't look like the same quarterback we've seen in the past few years. He just doesn't look dominant right now. And that's the problem here, is that he just looked terrible today. And Zach Wilson, despite what the stats might show, actually outplayed him. Hit like back shoulder throws every time. It was actually fucking ridiculous. Everyone was making big plays. I mean, they played very well at the end. But too many mistakes. Zach Wilson fumbled, which pretty much cost the Jets the game. And at that point after, the Chiefs just won the game. But that was abysmal. The Chiefs had to play a lot better than that, especially to a team who is 1-2 and they don't look good. And you got to give credit to the Jets. I mean, they kept the game close, the full game. The defense played good. I think the defense is still a little suspicious for the Jets. But, I mean, that is huge for them to even compete with the Jets, which no one really probably thought they would. But the Chiefs look abysmal, man. Something has to change, dude, and that was terrible. Mahomes looked horrible. The last 3 weeks, I mean, Mahomes has just not looked like Mahomes. Not to say it's early in the NFL. Obviously, it's week 4, and we're going into week 5. Tomorrow we have one more game, Giants and Seahawks on week 4. We'll see how that game goes and see if the Giants can muster some hope. But abysmal week for a lot of teams, especially. But Chiefs, damn, they do not look good. And the final thing I want to touch upon is that we got news of Aaron Rodgers. And it was during the game, and Aaron Rodgers came out and says he plans to come back in week 5, which, if you guys know, he had suffered his ruptured Achilles back in week 1 against the Bills. And Aaron Rodgers believes and says he thinks he can come back in week 5 and says he is trying to come back from that injury and play the rest of the season. And that would be insane, especially with how that happened. Hey, man, I'm not going to say anything is impossible when you have Aaron Rodgers. But that would be actually very insane if that happened. And I'm not going to rule that out. That's fucking crazy, but that was the final 4 games of week 4 on Sunday. We have so many more videos coming out. I have the MLB postseason predictions coming out tomorrow and the awards. So stay tuned for that. The World Series, who will win it, obviously, who will make it the farthest, and obviously who will lose, and why I believe these teams will lose, and just my explanation of what I believe will happen. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about, and then the day after, because this week we're going to have some NBA slate, and the NBA season is coming back. So I'm going to make my thoughts on the West and the East, and who will come out of the East and West on top. It's be a long video, probably 3 separate videos. Talk about every single team this year and their off seasons, what they've done, who looks the most scary right now, and obviously who's the bigger underdogs. But thank you guys for watching this video. I just wanted to talk about the final 4 games of week 4, and then obviously I'll talk about Monday's game tomorrow as well. So you'll get the MLB playoff predictions and my recap to the Giants and the Seahawks game tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in the next one. See you soon. See you tomorrow, y'all. Talk in the comments if you want to. Like, comment, subscribe on my YouTube channel as well. I have a YouTube channel in case you guys don't know. I post these videos onto YouTube. See you guys in the next video. I'm out.